What is going on, guys? It's Set42 here, and today I am back with another college football prediction video. And today I'm going to be talking about the Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Texas Longhorns in round number 2. Future SEC opponents. As you guys know, that Texas and Oklahoma are going to the SEC pretty soon, I believe, like next year or year after. I can't remember what year it is. But last year, as you guys know, that Texas and Alabama played for the first time in a while, I believe, since the BCS National Championship with Colt McCoy, and then he got hurt. So last year was a crazy game, in my opinion. Honestly, and also in my opinion, if Quinn Ewers did not get hurt that game, Texas could have won. Hudson Card played okay, decent. He was also hurt, but Bryce Young, if it wasn't for Bryce Young in that game, that I think that Alabama could possibly have lost that game at Texas. That environment was crazy. So many false starts, so many just blown coverages as well. I mean, it was just insane. That game was fun to watch. Bryce Young was just incredible to watch. As you guys know, that he is going to the NFL draft. So before you guys comment down below the quarterback position, I put Jalen Monroe for the top comparisons. So this is just like a top 25 or top matchup prediction way too early, just for the fans to comment and to give their perspective about what goes on. All right, so as further ado, let's go ahead and go through the slideshow, which I've been doing for the prediction games, because right now it's the off season. So last meeting, which was September 10th of 2022, and of course, like I said before, Bryce Young avoids the sack and basically goes down the field, and then basically they kick the field goal to make it like 20 to I think 19 or something. I can't remember, but it was a great game. It was a crazy game at the ending, and that was just some wild game. But anyways, all right. So last season, Alabama, I mean, it was a shocker last year. I mean, last year they lost to Tennessee, and they lost to LSU, and 2 games that were close and 2 games that were crazy. Especially LSU's, and with the last-second touchdown, and of course Tennessee with the last-second field goal that was shanked. So they still ended up a great season, despite not going to the college football playoffs. Ranked 5th in the nation, 11-2 and 6-2 in the conference of the SEC West, and of course they dominated Kansas State in the All-State Sugar Bowl. Meanwhile, last season, Texas finished 25th in the country, 8-5 and 6-3 in the country. Honestly, not bad under Steve Sarkisian, who is the current new head coach with the Texas Longhorns. And, of course, they lost to Washington in the bowl game of last year. And so, yeah. All right, next slide. So, the coaches. As you guys know, the coaches, Nick Saban, one of the best coaches ever in college football, probably by far the best coach of college football ever to even witness, to just watch on TV. His current record at Alabama, before he went to LSU and then went to the NFL and then he went back to college. So his current record is 189 wins and 27 losses, and of course 6-time national titles, or national champs, basically. But anyways, all right. So Steve Sarkisian, who was the OC for Alabama a couple years back, or I think he was an OC. Yeah, he was an assistant or an OC with Alabama. Sorry if I just for the information wrong. I think Lane Kiffin was there too, but I think he was there as an OC as well. But anyways, current, I think he's coached here for 3 years, but last year was his best year, which is 8-5. And his overall record is 13-12 as the current head coach at Texas. All right, so next we have location. Location, we have September 9th of 2023. Time is to be determined. It could be a night game, and it's at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Alabama. So that is going to be a tough environment to play, and it's going to be interesting to see. All right, so now I'd like to go to the top 3 comparisons of offense, and I'd like to do the defensive comparison, but with the whole defense instead of the top 3 defensive players. So I think it's better to do that way, kind of like fantasy football, where it's just the offensive players and then like the defense. All right, but stat-wise. Okay. Oh, wait. We're going to do the Alabama and Texas updates. All right, so as you guys know, some fans got mad at me for not doing more research, so which is hint FSU fans. So for the previous video, So these are just some updates from Alabama side. We have QB Bryce Young to the draft, Will Anderson, Jamari Gibbs, and Brian Branch and Eli Ricks. Those are the top players gone to the NFL draft. And, of course, some news from the transfer portal. I know there's more, but Trey Sanders to TCU, Aaron Anderson to LSU, Braylon Ingram to Syracuse, and that's like the latest top 3 players. I can't fit all of them because it would take forever. But anyways, all right. Texas updates. We have Bijan Robinson. If I pronounced that name wrong, I'm sorry. And Roshan Johnson to the NFL draft. DeMarvion Overshown also to the draft. Omaro Mo to the draft. Keandre Corbin also to the draft. So that's some key guys that are gone. And, of course, in the transfer portal, we have Jalen Garth to Houston, Troy O'Meara to Arizona State, Prince Dorba to Arizona State. So, yeah, those are some updates from Texas and Alabama. I know that there's also transfers that are coming in, but these are just the recent updates for Texas and Alabama. Comment down below what you guys think about that as well. If you guys like that the updates that I'm trying to expand on my research as I keep making these slides for the offseason. All right, so top players, which is QBs, running backs, and wide receivers. I know for now it's sophomore Jalen Milroe, but a lot of fans, I think, want Ty Thompson. I think that's what his name is, the backup quarterback for Alabama. I think they're also getting like some transfer maybe. So for now, it's Jalen Milroe, who actually helped Alabama win against Arkansas, because I think Bryce Young was hurt that game, or he got hurt that game, and Jalen Milroe pretty much clutched it for Alabama and Arkansas to beat Arkansas. All right, so he has 297 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And, of course, we have Quinn Ewers, who is a sophomore. I think a redshirt sophomore, because he did go to Ohio State for 1 year, and he transferred out. So basically he's a redshirt sophomore. Anyways, before Quinn Ewers got hurt against Alabama, he was dominating that game. And then Alabama basically came back, or not really came back, but basically took control of that game. So I think that Texas potentially could have won that game, but that's just my opinion. All right, so he went for a first-year start with Texas, 2,177 yards. He did get hurt, but he came back later in the season and still dominated, in my opinion. Not really dominate, but had a great turnaround in the season. All right, 15 passing touchdowns and 6 interceptions for QB's top players. All right, running backs for now, I believe. Senior Jace McClellan. He is a really good running back. He'll be pretty much filling in for Jahmyr Gibbs, who has gone to the NFL draft. Had 112 attempts, 655 rushing yards, and 7 touchdowns. And the redshirt sophomore, upcoming running back Jonathan Brooks, 30 attempts, 197 yards, 5 touchdowns as well. All right, so for top players for wide receivers, for now, I think that Jermaine Burton will be the key guy who is returning for Alabama. But I know that Alabama always will be stacked with wide receivers and, of course, running backs as well. So for now, I'm going to put Jermaine Burton, who actually was really good last year. Which is crazy, though, too, is that he transferred from Georgia and then who won the national championship, and then he transferred to Alabama, and then they lost to Georgia. Or no, they didn't play with Georgia this year. I don't think so. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, which is crazy. So he had 40 receptions last year, 677 receiving yards, and 7 touchdowns for Jermaine Burton. And, of course, now Junior Xavier Worthy is back with the team, I believe, with Texas. And Texas actually has some pretty good receivers as well. So 60 receptions, 760 receiving yards, and 9 touchdowns for Texas. All right. So this is what I meant by defensive comparisons. So instead of putting like the top 3 players, I'm going to put the defensive comparisons to each team. I know some fans got mad at me for not doing more research, like I said earlier in the previous video. So I'm going to try to get better, which I like feedback. I really do like feedback. So yeah, I sometimes get a little annoyed, but hey, it is trial and error, and I'm not always perfect. Anyways, all right, so Alabama allowed 311.3 yards per game. Yards per game. Passing yards allowed 186. Rushing yards allowed 125.3. And on ESPN, with the way they did like the I guess, the rankings for defense. So 18 points per game. They're tied for 122nd in college football. But then, like, Texas is, like, tied 102nd for 21.2 points per game. I don't really know why all that works. But anyways, Texas, on defensive side, allowed 362 yards per game, allowed 239.0 yards allowed passing, and rushing yards allowed 123.0. All right, so my prediction. I know I'm probably gonna make a lot of people annoyed, which usually it tends to happen on my videos, but I think that this will be the revenge year for Texas. I'm gonna go with Texas. I know it's crazy. Alabama beat Texas at Texas, and this is the year that Texas will beat Alabama. We don't know who Alabama's quarterback's going to be. Bryce Young isn't there anymore to bail them out pretty much because their offense was like kind of iffy, and Bill O'Brien's offensive play calling was not great, but their defense will always be stacked. Texas, Steve Sarkisian has been to Alabama. He knows Alabama with that high-powered offense and their returners for this year as well. I got to go with Texas because Quinn Ewers wants revenge on Alabama, but somehow Alabama always injures their quarterbacks. But so, I'm going -10 with Texas. Let me know what you guys think about this game. This is a way too early prediction video. I just want the fans to comment down below what you guys think, who's going to win this game in the near future of September. I cannot wait for college football. I know we just ended, but it's going to be a long offseason, so here's the videos for you guys. All right, guys, comment down below, subscribe. Thanks for watching. If you guys like these types of videos, let me know what you guys think about as well. And also, please leave feedback as well. That'd be great for me to learn as I have trial and error. So, yeah. All right, guys, Set 42 here. Have a great day. Peace out.